17 different units to learn in art and design, which was photography, sculpture, printmaking, animation, fashion, and it was kind of like a little taste of what you could expect like after you finish uni and what jobs you could do. So at the end of the 2 years there, we had to put on an exhibition, what's a bit like when you're putting on an exhibition here at uni, and I decided to take one of my favourite projects from what I did at school, creating the merchandise for a band, and what I'd developed and my knowledge over my time at college. I made my own little festival merchandise. So here's a little picture. I had to go and hunt a little picture out. But I created a lanyard, a ticket, and a little tour book of artists that I made out of my make-believe concert. So after leaving school and college, I came to Writtle to complete my 3 years at uni, and after that, one of my first projects where I mixed music and art together was the manifesto piece that I believe the project's been given out, maybe, or coming up. Yeah. And this was basically the start of my development, where I realised that I needed to experiment in order to develop. So this is a little picture of my music taste. For my second year exhibition, I wanted to experiment and create something that no one had ever seen before. I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and try something new. So the idea behind my altered books was to take an ordinary book, something regarded of a source of knowledge, and transform it into something more, something no one had ever seen before. Because to me, when you go to exhibitions, you see a lot of painting and stuff, and I didn't feel like painting was my strongest point. I like creating stuff people like. I like creating stuff that people haven't seen, and it's intriguing, and it makes you want to have a little close look. So, some of my altered work. This was a fairly important project of mine, but I'll revisit this one a little bit later on, because it links with how I got into the job. When you're at uni, it's good to meet lots of people, but also make contacts. And over the summer, it's worth trying to get yourself like a little summer placement at maybe an art and design place or a design company. And this is what I did. During my second year in the summer, I wanted to look for an opportunity to get some design experience working in a studio to see if this would be my career choice. And I got in contact with a branding agency called Anthem Worldwide, and they taught me a lot about the different software you can use on the Adobe Creative Suite. So I was good on the Mac, but I wasn't good. I could only do like Photoshop and little bits, but they taught me Illustrator, InDesign, and a couple of like movie softwares. They got involved with, they helped me get involved with a couple of their projects, and two of them being creating social assets for Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift's fragrances online. So I was creating posts for their social media accounts based on different events that was happening, whether it was the Grammys or Halloween or Christmas, and basically I would make the artwork and then they would write a little caption and it would get fans interested in the perfume. So it was like a little starting point for me, and I really wanted to see how a design studio worked, so that's why I kind of chose to get into it. My third year exhibition, my work was called A Personal History Through Music. As you all know, I love music. And I wanted to create a festival installation. I wanted to challenge myself and transfer the same connection I feel when I listen to a song or go to a live music event, and portray that connection to the viewer when they see my work. I want the viewer to look at those tickets and get a little sense of what I got to experience on the night. So I was sewing memories onto concert tickets, and then I was displaying them, and this was how I displayed them. So to me, when you go to a festival, there's a lot of umbrellas because it's normally raining, you're standing outside and you can't really see what's going on. So that's where my little concert tickets. I was hanging them from the umbrella to appear like rain, and just so memories into concert tickets, and this is kind of what it looked like. This is a close-up version, the front and back. It's good to experiment while you're at uni, so if you think that you're not confident in painting or animation or something like that, just experiment, because you have the time to experiment. When you leave uni, you might not meet people that will be able to help you along the way, so just experiment, go wild. I decided that after university I would take a couple of months off to focus on getting my portfolio together, which is a crucial medium in which to get yourself and your skills out there and known in order to get a job in your desired area of interest. I decided to set myself up a couple of art projects, like revisiting past work, practicing my photography skills and learning more software skills, and the main thing, keeping my blog up to date so it was active. One of my favourite projects was my altered book art, and I wanted to experiment with music and how I could translate that within my altered book work. I wanted to put my work out there and get what could possibly some harsh but reconstructive criticism. By doing it with music, it was like you could put your work out there on Twitter and Instagram, and a lot of fans would give feedback depending on what tags you would put, so you would know if you were doing a good job or not. I decided to create an altered book based on the band 5 Seconds of Summer for their music video Don't Stop, in which they dress up as superheroes and save the world. I took photographs of my work and put it onto my blog to see what reactions I would get, and actually the first people to see this was the band themselves. They shared my post, and what followed was a lot of positive feedback and interest from fans. After that, I was entering my work into like little exhibitions and trying to get my work out there, past work that I'd done and past work that I wanted to do. And applying for jobs is quite a daunting process, and I had applied for a lot of jobs. I didn't really get much feedback on my jobs, but I knew that the ones that I wanted to focus on was design jobs in the music industry. So I started contacting individual companies that I would like to work for and asking if I could help out with any design work. Going around this, it's good that if there is a company that you are interested in, going on the website and trying to find out, like if you want to do design like me, trying to find out the creative director or the manager or someone who is a designer within that company and contacting them directly, asking for work or asking if you could be shown around the studio, just making contacts. That's the best way to get into a job that you want to do. So I was very active with my work, and I kept adding stuff to my blog, which proved efficiency, because a lot of companies were showing interest in my own practices, not just the design and digital work. A few companies were asking me to help out, like creating a couple of ideas for 5 Seconds of Summer's new merch range. So I'd previously done my altered books, but because that took a lot of interest, companies were then asking if I could design t-shirts and come up with it. But my biggest stint was when I was contacted by another merchandise company that worked closely with 5 Seconds of Summer, because they'd previously seen my work and wanted to ask their favourite designers to create a limited edition range poster for their world tour. So each city on the tour would have its own exclusive poster designed to celebrate that show, and there was only 100 being sold. And this, I'd been asked to design Norway's poster. So this was my design for Norway, and a lot of fans liked it, and it sold out on the night. So that was very happy. Following on from that, I applied for a design role at Live Nation because I really enjoyed making tour posters, and from my time at school to my time when I left uni, I knew that I wanted to do something design related, like working on a Mac and working in Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop. I'd gained experience and skills, and and this is a couple of my work. So I create and design tour posters for bands, and a lot of the time you'll get a brief, and it could be photographs of the band, their logo, the tour dates, like a credit line, so it's normally Live Nation presentation in association with whatever management company they're dealing with, and you'll get a ticket link and the dates and the venues. So here is a couple of my poster designs. We also get involved with, a lot of the time they go into newspapers and magazines, so we're just putting the word out there, and this is a couple of my work. That's kind of how I got to my job.
Wow.
But if you have any questions, feel free to ask, because I tried to cover as much as I could of how I got there.